Hello everyone, welcome back for more Let's Play Final Fantasy Legend 3. So we've done about all we need to do in the past. Which means we need to go to the future. Yeah, I'm not too worried about getting beaten by these things. Let's just basically use random attacks. We are about to reach the end of being able to just steamroll enemies in one turn like this. Enjoy it while it lasts. So, magic. We just need to go over here to... Actually, now that I think about it, there is a thing we can do in the past. There is one thing we can actually do in the past. It doesn't really advance the plot, but it does kind of give us a hint system. Kind of, sort of. It's not a necessary step for beating the game. You'd think it would be, but it's not. Aw, you missed. Well, I guess that means Lara gets to use some magic. Not the strongest of spells around, but you know. Oh yeah, I know last time I said I wouldn't mess with the chests because it's better to get them in the future and then come back and get them again. But here is the Ephraim seed. You might remember somebody said you could plant this in ripe soil? And then they told us where the ripe soil was. Also, plenty of enemies. Not that we're in danger or anything like that. It is just kind of annoying running into this many enemies when we overpower them this much. And this isn't that much of a detour, not really. Like I said, completely optional. It really is. But over here, we just walk on it. This must be the ripe soil, and we planted the thing. And now we have to wait. Wait being a, I don't know, loose term. Considering our version of waiting is just warping to the present. Or the future, depending on how you look at time as a linear device. Considering, I don't know, would we call this the future since we're in it? Or would we call this the present since we're in it? And that means the other side is the future? Or do we still call the other one the present because that's where we're from? I don't know, just things to think about, I guess. So here we are. We've got our 2 units. And not our R2 units, even though those would be nice too. We've got the Flush X, and now we've got the Rover. And an option, those are unusable. I don't know why. Because we are totally able to flush out the upgrades we've got if we wanted to. But anyway, we use the past warp again, and it takes us back to where we came from, to the present. Again, is this really the present? Is it the future now? Or will it be the past when we go to the future? And as we try to leave, we just kind of immediately warp all the way over here. So we just took someone from the past and brought them forward to her future. And the Elder has something to tell us about Kronos found something in Elin. You have anything to say? Good enough. So now, let's go talk to Kronos. Again, how do you determine which time frame is really the present, past, and future? I mean, relative to each other. And speaking of future, Kronos did find the location of it. And of course, Ashura in the South Tower that we couldn't get into before has it because the tower was locked. And now something happens in Lay's Bay. No, not potato chip Lay's. A bay of Lay's potato chips. Well, there's that. And unfortunately, that's locked right now. Much like the South Tower. And one of the 4 major water entity monsters, either Chaos or Maitreya. So, he tells us we have to hurry. And then hands us the South Tower key. But there's something we can do. I need to check something here. Okay, I don't have a lot of extra stuff. This is good. He tells us we have to hurry. We don't. That this is on plot, the plot-based timeline here. I'm trying to say that the plot's moving at the speed of, well, plot. But there are a couple things we can do before then, now that we are in the present. The overworld enemies are not very difficult. They're fairly weak. We still don't want to eat the meat. However, now that we know Moo is around here somewhere, we can visit Moo in different timelines. And remember, they were stuck with the disease that was turning humans into water hags. It's getting worse. Also, the path that we took to get the Flush X in the first place, no longer existing. Yep, changing into another being. They called it a disease. And once they turn into water hags, it seems like Ashura is beckoning them. Who knows? Only if you're really good and leave the Krampus presents. I don't know. Let's see what you're selling. And nothing I don't have already. We'll see what you're selling. Upgrades all around. I mean, I think we will get better than silver shields fairly quickly. Nope, you don't have any other things besides those, so... So we got our shield. Got a new helm. I don't think I got new gloves. Did I get new? I got new gloves. And we got new boots. Only things we didn't get are weapons and main armor. I think we will get better shields soon, but getting there we might as well get the extra protection that the silver shields afford us. We do have the money for this. I'm probably going to regret this in the future, but... or the past. Or the present. One of them. In the future of this Let's Play, let's say, I'm probably going to regret spending all this extra money. But, if worse comes to worse, I can get more. Gaining extra levels is not the worst fate in the world in a JRPG after all. Tower key there. I mean, I've spent almost 200,000 gold net so far. Anything else? Nope, okay. And there's another treasure chest there. I don't think we want to grab that yet. And you're having a problem with self-control. And there's where we grab the seed. Also, there's a soft potion right next to it. We couldn't take that even if we wanted to. Might catch a disease, huh? Well, you're in my way of my door, but... just in case, if you stayed there, I can do that. So they can't block doors very easily anymore. However, none of this is worth it. There's better waiting for us very, very soon. I'm talking like the first I think it's the first treasure chest we open is going to give us a better weapon than that gold sword. However, let's check our, let's check the magic we're carrying around. We've got Cure 1. And we've got 2 people carrying 10 spells, 12. So we're running out of room to, pack spells in here. I believe you can only have 24 spells, 24 different spells spread across all your people, so we are going to have to start picking and choosing who gets what spells. But not yet. Not really. So... we can get rid of the Cure 1 spells now that we found the Cure 2. I think the float and dive do count against our limits. So we do need to be careful about this. But there we go. We now have everything except a stop at the inn. Okay, didn't actually refill anything, sadly. Now we still have something we need to do, but before we do it, there are a couple of treasures. Treasures we can grab now out of some shipwrecks. Also, there are enemies in here, so yes, we will probably get into fights. We got an air stone. We got some tear gas, which works underwater somehow. And let's see if I'm not mistaken. It's shorter to go this way. There's the other shipwreck. Also, here's some enemies. These are not the toughest enemies. No eating meat for us. However, it's kind of blocked in. But if all we do is just go over the volcanoes here, or whatever these are, Earthstone, and the stones are how we're going to make lost magic later. It'll be a bit. It will be just a few moments before we can make lost magic, but gathering up these stones ahead of time will allow us to make magic as soon as it's available. Werepig. A pentagon is a monster. And we get a Thunderstaff. I mean, it can cast spells for us. We're not going to be equipping the thing because I like the side daggers. Now you notice we are starting to be unable to beat things in one shot like we used to. Fortunately, we are still strong enough that what we've got is what defense we've got is not going to make us take much damage. Not getting a lot of experience, and just to show you, look at that next. Well, I mean now it's 108, but we gained, nearly 36,000 experience. Everybody should be at the same point, too. Okay, you're a little bit behind. I don't know. Well, I do know why, because you weren't there. You were not there for one or two fights, I think. Maybe one fight early on. But now that we've done that, we can just walk our way over to the South Tower. Well, almost can walk our way over to the South Tower. Thankfully, we don't need to go too far to get around obstacles like this. Easy fights. I will miss them very shortly. And now, since we're here, and it's been a few years, we can check in with the tree we planted. The Ifram tree. That can talk. You can talk? I just did. Ask me something. Are your units around here? Ashura was collecting them, and Ashura is in here. And now that we've pretty much scoured the area for everything we need to pick up, and we are on Ashura's front door, so to speak, I think this marks a good stopping spot. When we return, we're gonna bum rush Ashura, and then probably see what's going on with that funky building that has appeared out of nowhere. So, until then, take care, everyone.